there are three things. There is justice, there is injustice, and there is grace. The law of karma applies to us when we are not surrendered to God. As you do, that shall you also reap. But when we do surrender, a second law gets applied, which is the law of grace. Nobody is happy in this world. This discontent of the soul from within forces us to keep searching for the true happiness. And this search over a continuum of lifetimes brings us finally to the feet of God. This world is actually like the jailhouse of God. This is the material realm. This is for souls like us who have turned our backs to Him. So those who have chosen not to surrender to God, who have desired to have their own way, it is for us souls that this world exists. Nevertheless, while we are in our stay in this material realm, in this so-called jailhouse of God, things good and bad are not just happening to us randomly. They are not happening to us just by God's will. They are happening to us as a consequence of our actions plus God's will. So there is a law of action and reaction that exists in the world. In the Vedic culture and scriptures, we call it the law of karma. The same, like I told you, exists in the other religious traditions, and hence the Bible says, "Beware, your sin shall find you out." The Vedic scriptures, the Mahabharata states, "Avashyameva bhoktavyam kritam karma shubha shubham." You will have to reap the results of good and bad karmas. Now, there is this law of justice of God that is in place. Now, when your time frame is of one lifetime, a lot of questions remain unanswered. And very often one is induced to conclude that this world is truly unjust. For example, if a child is born blind, and that blind child says, "What did I do to be born blind?" What answer can we give to that child? If you tell the child, "It is a result of your karmas," the child says, "I never did anything. From childhood I am blind." If you say it was the will of God, the child becomes confused. God is compassionate. Why is He doing such things? But these karmas are coming from innumerable lifetimes. The Vedic scriptures state there are three kinds of karmas: Sanchit karma, Prarabdha karma, and Kriyaman karma. Sanchit karma is the stockpile of our karmas of innumerable past